In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. When I was in seminary, there was a Lutheran who was studying with us. He once said to me, "The problem with you Episcopalians is you don't believe in sin." That's not true. We have all of Lent, 6 weeks to think about sin and temptation, not to mention Advent. As soon as Christ is baptized, he's led by the Spirit to the wilderness, where he is tempted by the devil. Now, it might seem a little malevolent of the Spirit to lead someone to be tempted. But doesn't this capture exactly our own experience when we set a positive intention? As soon as we commit ourselves, as soon as we decide to volunteer, as soon as we decide to help a neighbor, as soon as we decide to increase our giving, we are taken to a lonely place. That place of ethical decision-making that always occurs utterly alone. Others might encourage us or advise us, but ultimately we must make the decision by ourselves. So there the devil presents us with distractions and, of course, reasons why we should abandon our project. In this pericope, which is the word I like, pericope means a story from the gospel, pericope. In this pericope, Christ is experiencing what we all experience in life. He is, after all, fully human, fully one of us, and can understand well our own struggles. And these three temptations, they represent three primary ways of avoiding responsibility, of rejecting our interdependence in the hope of maximizing our gain and minimizing our risk. Incidentally, I just want to add to you, and I do this to affirm you in your own faith so that you won't, when others challenge you about our approach to things, you'll be confident. The order of the temptations in Matthew differs from that in Luke, which we read today. Whereas Mark's account merely notes the event without any elaboration whatsoever. There are no specific temptations. If we think that the Bible is God speaking directly to us, if we worship the Bible, we have a difficult time explaining away such apparent inconsistencies. The Bible is a record of other people's encounters with God. People encountered God before the Bible was written, and people encounter God after the canon of the Bible is closed. We are still encountering God. But let's look at the three archetypical temptations and what they mean. The first temptation the devil presents to Christ, who, as remember, he's been fasting, is to turn stones into bread. This is, in other words, the temptation to bypass God and our neighbors and just worry about ourselves, to take care of our own needs. I don't need God, I don't need others. I can supply for myself. It's a very common temptation as our culture has moved from a more communal structure where people gathered in churches, as we still do, gathered in churches and movie theaters and other public places, to a more private culture. And I want to tell you a story about something I experienced last week, actually. It starts, though, before I left Long Island. Before I left Long Island, about a year ago, an audiophile buddy of mine who lived up the street gave me a stereo with all the components except the speakers. And since then, for a year, he's been guiding me in the selection of appropriate speakers for the equipment he gave me. I think it's the equipment. The music I like, Baroque music and mountain music, really Appalachian music. And the space, the frog. That's the word I learned here. Someone said, "You put your office in the frog." I like frogs. Finished room over the garage, in case you are as benighted as I was about this word. Anyway, the space, the stereo, the type of music, all that has to be considered. And after that, after a year of reflection and research, he narrowed it down to 3 speakers. And he said, now you have to choose. Your ears are the ones that have to make the ultimate decision. So I looked on online for a place where I could preview or pre-hear all 3 and make my final choice, hoping to find a store that had all of them. And at first I found this place in Myrtle Beach that looked kind of promising. But as I looked more into it, it actually focuses on the installation of home theaters. I don't know about you, but when I think of that, I think, well, maybe a large TV and some surround sound speakers. No. This was far beyond that. They basically build a movie theater in your house. And my first thought when I saw this miniature movie theater, it looked just like a movie theater, was, how lonely. Am I supposed to go in there and make some popcorn and sit there by you can invite friends, I guess. You know, in this public feeling place, I don't know. So it doesn't work for me anyway. It seems much more interesting to go to a theater and mix with people, or go to outside and mix with people. But this temptation to do it all alone presents itself because we think, if I can only get all my needs met by myself and depend on no one else, then I'll always be fulfilled and never risk being hurt. Because any relationship risks being hurt. But what this approach misses, this temptation misses, is the fact that one of our primary needs is to be with other people, to walk with others, to share with others. If we do everything alone, we will feel empty. And this need for the presence of others is why when we want to punish those who are already being punished in prison, we want to add more punishment, we put them in solitary confinement. It is the supreme punishment. It takes away that last thing that people still have in prison, which is the presence of others around them. Isolating themselves in various ways might seem like the perfect way to avoid being hurt, but in the end, it just spreads out the hurt over a lifetime. We cannot live by bread alone. Okay, so maybe we do need others, says the devil, but we don't really need God, do we? We can ignore the love of God and just force others to do our will. This is the second temptation, the temptation of power over all kingdoms of the world. Power is definitely a seductive temptation, and I doubt there's anyone among us who has not at some point thought that power might be the solution to getting our needs met. The problem is, when we use power to serve only our own needs, we still end up empty, bereft of the love of God. People whom we order about do not love us, nor do we love them. Worship the Lord your God and serve only him. The third temptation the devil presents to Christ is to throw himself from the pinnacle of the temple. That might not sound very tempting. It certainly doesn't sound very tempting to me. You'll never find me bungee jumping or skydiving, or even ziplining in Ocean Island. I'm willing to take intellectual and social risks for the gospel. You may have already noticed that about me, I don't know. But hurling myself from the top of high places sounds like torture. This temptation makes sense, however, in the light of the other two. And maybe I was just wondering if this is why Luke, who wrote later than Matthew, according to his current scholarship, saves it for last. It makes more sense in this way. The devil is saying to Christ, okay, if we need others, and we need God, then just let them do everything. Just throw yourself down, let them take care of it all. And actually, you have a family who took literally the phrase, the Lord will provide. I think it was related to me. When my mother sees this, she will let me know and scold me for telling the story. They quit their jobs and waited on others to take care of them and called it holy. They were demonstrating their faith that the Lord would provide. And in a relationship, well, others did take care of them for a little while, but then they wised up. In a relationship, both sides must take responsibility. I tell this to people who come to me who are getting married. If one side is always giving in and the other one is always taking, then there's a big problem. Both sides must contribute in order for a relationship to be successful. And this is just as true in our relationship with God as it is in our relationship with other people. We cannot expect God to do everything for us. Do not put the Lord your God to the test. All three temptations are ways of attempting to circumvent that messy, challenging, sometimes difficult day-to-day negotiations that we must do in order to share the planet, in order to work things out with others around us, Others who, just like us, need not only material things to survive, but the presence of others to thrive. We all experience these temptations, or versions of these temptations, particularly when we set an intention to do something godly. We're not doing something godly, we're already. It's at that point the devil's work is done. It's at that point that we are driven into the wilderness, to a place that feels very alone. It's there that the ethical decisions are made. It's there that they must be made. No one else can decide for us. At each new challenge, we're tempted to pretend that we need no one, and thus have nothing to lose. That we can choose the way of power and alter everything about the world to fit our desire. Or that we can just let others take care of things. I'll just withdraw and take care of myself. I'll just take over and do it my way. I'll just quit and let everyone else take care of things. There are times, of course, when we need to back away. That's not what I'm talking about. But just to, in general, quit from everything. None of these work. All of them are one-sided. All leave out the importance of the mutual relationship. All three are methods of attempting to maximize personal gain and minimize responsibility. And in the end, each one leaves us empty, without any connection to others, without any connection to God. Christ resisted all three temptations and remained true to his own nature, true to God. He was willing to face the challenges of each day as they came, seeking God in each instance. We too must be willing to seek God in whatever happens. And we know when we have glimpsed God, when our choices lead to reconciliation, to peace, to joy, to wholeness. As Paul quotes from Deuteronomy when he's writing the Romans, this is a quote that he begins today's lesson with. The word is near you, on your lips and in your heart.